John Woo hasn't made a Hollywood movie since 2003's Paycheck, but this year he is back with the action movie Silent Night. But is John Woo back on form or not? Let's delve into it. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for Silent Night, this new John Woo directed action movie starring Joel Kinnaman, written by Robert Archer Lynn, who has written nothing of consequence before this movie, in my opinion. The film is rated R and runs for 1 hour and 44 minutes. And it's a very simplistic story. The film has no dialogue. The film is devoid of dialogue except for a little bit of radio chatter. And basically, Joel Kinnaman's character, Brian Godlock, he goes on a revenge spree after the accidental murder of his son by two warring drug gangs. The film is set in East Los Angeles. Now, the character of Brian Godlock, we open up and it's a bit of an action scene, and he gets shot. He gets shot in the throat, and this obviously destroys his voice box, and he cannot speak, hence the title Silent Night. And he spends the next year getting himself ripped, getting himself used to firearms, getting himself being able to drive like a stuntman and drive a motorbike like a stuntman, and all this sort of stuff, with the help of some self-help videos on YouTube, a chin-up bar and a weight ball. Yes, that's about it really. And he goes on this killing spree essentially for revenge. He's got a wife, Saya, played by Catalina Sandino Morena, very little to do in the film, and there's a copper called Vassell, played by Kid Cudi, who sort of helps out. Now, it's a very simplistic plot, very simplistic plot. It's nice to have a film that isn't overly reliant on CGI. It feels like a lot of the stuff is done in camera. I can't fault that. And I quite like Joel Kinnaman. He's kind of grown on me since being in RoboCop. I didn't really like him in RoboCop, but I quite liked him as his turn in the Suicide Squad movies, especially the second one. I'll see some bits, some other films with him, and he has sort of grown on me. However, this film feels very forced, and that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with the idea of the film that this character can't speak because his voice box has been destroyed by a bullet and all this sort of stuff. That is fine, but when you have no dialogue from any other character within the film, there's a sense of forcefulness in what it's doing because it makes no sense. Recently there was a sci-fi film with the girl who didn't speak, and the alien abduction and this sort of a thing, and it's similar in that sort of sense, and it didn't have any reliance on any talk from anyone else in the movie, and this is where that forceful nature comes in. So I'm watching this film and I'm questioning why no one else is saying anything. And therein lies the problem. Now, John Woo still got it as a director, he's still got it as the action, but unfortunately, the film is devoid of any character growth. Beyond that of the main character himself, you don't know anything else about anyone else. Okay, you've got his wife, it's his wife. You've got the copper in a small role, it's a copper, and you've got bad guys who are being shot down left, right, and centre. This is the sort of film where this character has just become too good at everything. He's a simple man at the beginning. He's an electrician. He's not a copper. He's not special forces, anything like that. He's a simple man, and through the use of videos on YouTube and going to the firing range, he becomes an expert marksman. He becomes an expert driver, an expert hand-to-hand fighter, an expert knife fighter, and a motorbike rider as well. So it feels a bit convoluted in that sense. So for me, this is a film that didn't really hit the mark. Yes, it's maybe nice to have John Woo back in Hollywood doing a Hollywood film, but this is certainly one of his lesser movies, and for me it was background noise. It was just, I was bored. I was getting bored during this film, and this is the problem when you've got a film that's just action from beginning to end. It's very difficult to maintain that because it's much like a fairground ride. Okay, you go to somewhere like Alton Towers, or one of these big theme parks, and you queue up for an hour, maybe more, to get onto a ride, and then you have 2 minutes of adrenaline filled rush. And that's what action films should be like. You don't need an action narrative from beginning to end of the movie, because you can't maintain that adrenaline rush. There are a couple of exceptions to that rule, I will admit that, but here it just felt like I was going through the motions with the movie, and not particularly good. This is certainly a film that I would have no intrigue or interest in watching again. It's certainly not a film that I would want to pick up on physical media. Unfortunately for me, this film is a bit of a duffer, but I'm pretty sure that people who just enjoy action and are okay with that will probably get something out of it. But for me, yeah, dead film. My opinion on it. There we go. Let me know your thoughts down below if you have seen this movie, and I'll see you on the next one.